March of 2022, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I was poorly for about 9 days and I couldn't go for a poo, so I was hanging out with my housemate at the time, Owen, and our friend Darren, and they were like, why don't we order a big fish and chips, because when you eat a massive mountain of fish and chips, everybody needs to go for a poo afterwards. So that is what we did on like day 8. I ate the big mountain of fish and chips and I didn't go for a poo the next day, let alone in the half an hour afterwards. That's when I knew something was wrong. So I went to the doctors because I was really poorly. The paramedic felt my stomach and said, Jesus Christ, I'm going to go write you a letter that you need to go and hand in to the receptionist at A&E. Now, because it's going to get you seen faster, because your appendix is about to burst. And if your appendix bursts and you I lose my medical license. I thought, oh, poor you. So there I went, out in Wandsworth, stood in the bus stop in the pouring rain, waiting for a bus that was going to be 10 minutes late because of the traffic, as always in London, to take me to St George's Hospital because I was about to die. Anyway, got to the hospital, got seen pretty quickly, they felt my stomach. Actually, the Irish doctor came in with 2 medical students and they had clipboards and they were stood at the end of my bed. And she goes, would you mind if I feel your nuts? And I said, I don't know why you want to feel my nuts when I've got pain in my stomach, but let's go. But can those 2 medical students take notes at the texture of my and please leave the room whilst you fill me up? They subsequently left the room. Now, that was the start of my life drastically declining. I just got into a new relationship, however, just got diagnosed with a bowel disease, and I didn't know how to comprehend it because I was on my own in London. So it made me incredibly insecure, and I slowly but surely started to decline and lost my mind a little bit. But it was that all happened at the same time. I was rising on social media like that. I went from nothing to 280,000 followers in about 6 months. It was f***ing insane. I got really depressed. And then a year later, I lost all of my hair to alopecia areata. God was like, fuck that guy, we need to nerf him. Why? I don't know, but it happened. Because during that period of my life, I was very stressed and I was in flight or fight quite a lot. And that meant my central nervous system was going head to head with my immune system. And that's what subsequently led to all these health conditions. Autoimmune conditions are no joke, but they are workable. I still suffer every day. Like right now, I'm sat here, I've got a really bad stomachache. Feels like I need to go for a poo. Can I go for a poo? No. Very grateful that I have the constipated version of Crohn's disease and not the other, because it is a very uncomfortable experience. I just researched what worked for me. So I ate a lot of eggs and a lot of beef and a lot of water and a lot of electrolytes and a lot of pink salt, to the point where most of my friends take the piss at me for the amount of times I go on about pink salt. And lots of vitamins, vitamin D3 and K2 taken together after a fatty meal, and loads of other things as well. But I also went to the gym and I just started taking care of myself. Who'd have thought? But I also left a very, very, very stressful environment, and I focused on not allowing my body to react physically to stress, because stress is one of the biggest killers. But I researched my immune system and I looked inwards a little bit, and I met hundreds of people online with alopecia and also Crohn's disease and also various other autoimmune conditions who have been through it and are at the other end. So my message to you is if you're going through something that you don't understand, do your best to understand it, and I wish you nothing but the best.